the small forward position, standing 6'8", number 22, Andrew Wiggins. The other forward, standing 6'8", number 21, Thaddeus Young. Starting at guard, 6'4", from Spain, number 9, Ricky Rubio. And at guard, 6'7", he's from Western Carolina. Would you please welcome number 23, Kevin Martin. Standing in center, 6'11", out of Montenegro, number 14, the Godfather, Nikola Ikovic. The head coach of your home team, this is Liz Saunders.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live from downtown Minneapolis. With Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, I'm Kevin Harlan, bringing you the NBA live on 2K Sports, along with Doris Burke, who will be joining us courtside moments from now. So the Timberwolves win the tip. And now the opening lineup for Boston. The speedy backcourt of Rondo and Bradley. Green is out there with Brandon Bass. And it's Sullinger in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
You know, after Jeff Green had that strong performance in the 2013 playoffs, he was handed the keys in Boston. But while his minutes went up, his efficiency went down. Maybe he's not suited for that lead role.
Bradley drives in. Shot's good.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
Now here is Martin. And it's off the back rim, no good.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
And Bradley gets it to go.
Man, he shows us he knows how to finish with a flourish.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. And it's Rubio penetrating. An easy 2 points on the layup. Now Rondo. Pass to Sullinger. Fades back. Rejected by Young. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
TimberWolfes ball.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Here's Rubio. It's rebounded by Bass. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Rondo passes to Bradley. Now here's Rondo. Defense is right there. And here's Young. To the middle. It's stolen by Bradley. And it's Rondo penetrating. And he gets the bucket.
Wow, just a tremendous first quarter shooting the basketball for them, guys.
Yeah, when they put it up, it's gone in.
Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Well, the Wolves didn't have a hard time scoring against any team. They took it to another level. It seemed always against the East.
Well, every time they played out of conference, it seemed like an up and down wild affair, and they were pretty good in those kind of games.
And the shot is good.
Now, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to executing that lead pass.
Rubio dishes to Martin. He gets stolen by Sullinger. Rondo against Rubio. Rondo kicks to Sullinger. Outside Bradley. Back to Sullinger. 6 to shoot. The second chance effort. Passes shot. Good.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
And it's Bekovic missing.
As you said, with the Wolves, third in the league when it came to scoring against the East, but they were also near the bottom in points allowed.
Green kicks to Rondo. Now here's Bradley. 6 points for him. Sullinger, solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
The Wolves did fare well against the East, but if they were able to play just a little better at the defensive end of the floor, I think they could have had a pretty strong out-of-conference record.
Gorgie Dangs checked in for the Timberwolves. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Brad Stevens. We talked about the challenges posed by a player like Ricky Rubio, such a tremendous passer and floor general. Coach said, we know he can make plays, but making shots is where he's been less effective. We need to focus on staying home and forcing him to beat us with his scoring. Guys, we'll see if they can limit his highlight reel dimes. Back to you.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Now Rondo. After the missed three from Rubio. Here's Sullinger. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists now in this one.
They've made one basket after another since getting this game started, and you wonder, is the blowout in store?
Too early to say that and go there, Steve, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
Andrew Wiggins blessed with great athletic bloodlines. You know, his father was a former NBA player, and his mom was an Olympic sprinter, so make no mistake. Great genes there.
At his size 6'8" with a 7-foot arm span, Andrew Wiggins has a chance to literally rise above his opponents.
Great bounce, tremendous bounce ability, over 40-inch vertical jump, and he's got a quick second and third jump as well, Kevin, which sometimes is overlooked, but it makes a big difference in the game of basketball.
Scouts don't overlook that, though.
No, they're always on top of it.
They sure are. Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Bennett's checked in for Young. Brewer comes in for Kevin Martin. And Mo Williams subbed in for Ricky Rubio. And both free throws good for Wiggins.
It had been 6 straight years for the Celtics that they had made the playoffs, but that run came to an end last season as they were clearly in full rebuild mode.
Now here's Smart. He kicks to Turner. Three-pointer. Cannot hit. So Minnesota will take it the other way. We've got 1:23 left to play here in the first. Here's Williams. That's good. Williams has got his first 2 points. Well, a lot of storied franchises missed the playoffs last year, and Boston was one of them. But, Steve, they knew it would be a tough season early on.
Well, trading away the talent they did, they knew how the season would play out. You know, ultimately it was the right thing to do because they are in a good position to build upon youth going forward.
Timberwolves trail by 14. The shot no good.
That's a great shot if there's 1 second left in the game.
Yeah, that would be the good time to do it. Not now, though.
Wallace with a screen for Thornton. Back to Turner. Kicks to Thornton. Puts it up from 12. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for it. Minnesota's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. They get it again. Here's Dang. Up and in on the layup.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you've got to continue to go to the well.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Boston shooting their first free throw of the game.
Well, pretty good numbers for this club a year ago, Kevin. 78% as a team from the free throw line.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
J.J. Barea.
We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Thornton no good.
Well, as far as jump shots go, that's as high percentage as it gets.
I'm not sure how that didn't go down.
Barea, no good.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Celtics lead by 13. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying
Out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Levine is out there with J.J. Barea. Then it's Anthony Bennett. Then it's Corey Brewer. And it's Pekovic in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Wallace, good.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Gerald Wallace undergoing knee and ankle surgeries in an early end to last season. For a player so dependent on his athleticism, it'll be interesting to see how he does coming back now at the age of 32.
Now here's Smart. Pass to Turner. 6 to shoot. Trying his luck deep. No good. Timberwolves trail by 15. Down low, Turner with the steal. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Oh, and the dunk by Young.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that's not going to throw. Look out, man.
Oh, really shaking.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now's when they need a little spark anyway.
And Turner kicks to Olynyk, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Celtics lead by 17.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Some changes for Minnesota. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Bennett. Martin comes in for Corey Brewer. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for J.J. Barea. And a new group in for the Celtics. Sullinger's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Bass comes in for Gerald Wallace. Jeff Green is checked in for Turner. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Smart. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. When former college coach Brad Stevens came in to coach the Boston Celtics, some worried that he'd have a tough time winning over headstrong point guard Rajon Rondo. But the two hit it off. Rondo said they become best friends, adding, "We talk every day. We laugh and joke. He has my full support. I'm behind him 100%. Kevin?
Rondo keeping an open mind and making himself accountable to Stevens' vision, Doris. Thanks. Celtics leading by 17. Bass with a screen for Rondo. Looking for Young. He gets it there. Here's Bass. Rebound, Minnesota.
Well, Well, you know, head coach Brad Stevens of the Celtics is coaching a much different game in the pros than we see in college. A lot of differences, but if anybody can make that transition, I really think he's certainly the guy that could. He's bright, he's hard-working, he communicates well, he's innovative, showed that innovativeness at the college level. So I think he's got all of the ingredients to become a college coach who is successful as an NBA coach.
Wiggins is checked in for Levine. That's good.
Well, another open jump shot there. Their defense not putting up much of a fight.
Here's Rubio. He dishes it to Pekovic. Drains it from 9 feet away. And Coach Stevens, analytically minded, Butler had a full-time statistician as one of his assistants.
Yeah, very new school in his approach. You might expect that from such a young guy, still in his 30s. Of course, he also needs to connect with his players. You know, and he's doing well. Despite the losses, the players really enjoyed playing for Stevens, and I think he's going to be an excellent coach.
Celtics have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Brandon Bass now in his 10th season out of LSU, pick and pop power forward. That mid-range shot is the strength of his game, and he's really improved defensively the last couple of years as well.
There's the pick. And it's Bradley off the drive. The putback. Oh, and the jam by Sullinger.
This is just great anticipation. The putback jam.
Oh, he had some big-time intentions right there.
And those plays will give your team a huge boost.
Rubio misses.
And Bass is much more of an offensive-minded big man. At 6'8", he's not a big-time defender or rebounder. His job really is to space the floor and put points on the board.
Gorky Dangs checked in for Nikola Pekovic. And Brandon Bass earning the nickname No Pass Bass. This is more career turnovers than assists.
Yeah, but that's his role, Kevin. You know, when he's open, knock it down. And what I like about Bass is that he has improved his defense considerably. The last couple of years with Doc Rivers in Boston, that was something that Doc really emphasized.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Rondo passes to Bass. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
Well, going into last season, the Celtics had made 6 straight playoff appearances, 2 trips to the finals, and 1 NBA championship. But there was no question last year was the beginning of a rebuild.
And it's always tough for fans to swallow the word rebuild, especially when you trade away such beloved players as KG and Paul Pierce. But, you know, I think the Celtics took the prudent and sensible route. I mean, they got good return for their aging all-stars, and they put themselves in a good position going forward. And as much as you like to sometimes look back or stay in the present, GM's job and an organization's job is to be preparing for the future.
Minnesota calls timeout. And as the Celtics go young, I guess, Steve, you could say greener than ever.
Oh, Kevin, I mean, come on, that's awful. But listen, they've acquired a ton of picks over the next 4 years, and who knows, with the Nets battling age and injury, some of those picks could turn out to be good ones. So I like what the front office has done in terms of the future.
And Kevin, I liked your line. I don't care what Steve said.
I really meant it for you than him. He just jumped in.
Yeah, I got you.
Sullinger, a screen on Williams. Here's Bradley, and it's rejected. They get it back, and they'll keep possession. Outside Williams. Another miss by Minnesota.
And you can feel the momentum swinging. They needed that shot badly.
Steve, I sense some frustration here. It seems like they're getting a little frustrated. It's understandable because they've given up this big run.
The Timberwolves shooting in the second quarter has been pretty embarrassing, just 27%. Young's shot is off.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Bradley, no one around him. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
And assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Really an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Boston making a switch here. Olynyk's checked in.
Celtics substitution. Kelly Olynyk.
55 seconds left in the first half of basketball. The drive by Rondo. Bradley dishes to Rondo. Shot clock at 6. There's Green with the 3. Second shot opportunity. Bass can't get it to go. Minnesota shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And it's Wiggins missing. Boston's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Outside Rondo. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Celtics shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
Shooting 1.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here. There's 10 seconds left in the first half. And stolen by Jang. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
Celtics ball. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 20. Celtics substitution. Gerald Wallace.
Here's Thornton. Can't get it to go. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Celtics out in front, opening up a huge gap. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Some really terrific numbers for Bradley. He's got 11 points and 2 steals. He's a one-man wrecking crew out there.
No, they have no answer for him at this point.
The Celtics shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%.
You know, the Wolves really came up short from where they wanted to be, and you've got to attribute it to the fact that they weren't as good at home as they needed to be.
On the court for the Celtics, at the 2 and 3, it's Avery Bradley and Jeff Green. Jared Sullinger is out there with Brandon Bass. And it's Rondo in at the point guard. And for the Wolves, they weren't bad at home by any means. They still ended up with 24 wins here.
Yeah, but they were hoping to be up in the 30s like most of the playoff teams were. You know, really it came down to them not playing the high-level defense they needed in order to get wins at home.
And the technical free throw is good. Bass with a screen for Rondo. And it's Bradley off the drive. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Bradley's got 13.
You know, from that in-between range, they've actually been the much hotter team.
Well, when you make perimeter shots and knock down those jumpers, it opens up everything else.
Boy, they've really dominated on the glass. And, of course, they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you know rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor.
And it's Pekovic missing.
That's a bad shot. He's not a good three-point shooter anyway, and that was just too deep.
I'm with you on that, Steve. Which one of us should break it to him?
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best. That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight minutes.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, gentlemen, Kelly Olynyk grew up in a basketball family. His father was the head coach at the University of Toronto. Kelly said, "I had unlimited access to a huge basketball mind, which was unbelievable. He loved the game so much, and he had so much knowledge and experience. It really made me want to succeed in the game." Guys?
Great skill in that front court. He fits right in. Thanks, Doris.
Coming out strong here in the third quarter. That's 4 for 5 shooting for this team. Jared Sullinger last season unleashed as a scorer with Boston embarking on their rebuilding project. He got more opportunities in the paint. He started to fire away from deep. His shooting percentages weren't great, but I thought it was an excellent season for Sullinger, exploring his game and trying to expand it.
The Timberwolves have gone 0-5 to the start of the second quarter. Extremely cold shooting coming out of the locker room.
He's been the guy on the boards today, no question.
Steve, you're all over it. I mean, his numbers back it up. He's been working extremely hard out there.
Bradley can't get it to go.
Well, I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
They get it back. And that one's good. Pekovic.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Here's Sullinger. Rubio with the rebound. Minnesota's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Can't get the heave to fall.
It just has not been a viable option for them this quarter.
Rondo is screen on Martin. And it's Bradley off the drive. Outside Rondo. Nice ball movement by Boston. That is good.
Jared Sullinger.
And it's 13 points for Jared Sullinger.
He's been key for this team's offense, the way he's distributed the ball.
Yeah, you know, the offense is just moving through him, Steve, no doubt.
Right side, Rondo. The feed to Sullinger. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Sullinger's got 7 points for the quarter.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Rondo kicks to Bradley. From downtown, the shot by Rondo is no good. Here comes Rubio.
Well, certainly a story here at the Target Center is the ongoing $100 million renovation to the building. Split 50-50 between the team and the city of Minneapolis. And that's great news for Timberwolves fans.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Here's Levine. Rebound, Boston.
And And you look at the long list of improvement for the Target Center. New lobbies, new box office, renovated locker rooms, new clubs and gathering areas. Seems like they're getting great bang for their buck.
Here's Thornton, and he gets it to go.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
And guys, it can be tough to see teams pressuring cities for new arenas. Nice that the Timberwolves can stay put and still get those improvements.
Absolutely, Kevin. You know, this building is good bones, a great location, so it's a pleasure to see the transformation they're making here. And we're already starting to see some of the results of that.
And yeah, they're moving the ball now. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assisted buckets.
Steve, nothing makes a coach smile as much as pure, selfless teamwork.
That's a great shot if there's 1 second left in the game.
Yeah, that would be the good time to do it. Not now, though.
You're smart. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Marcus Smart, a big physical power guard out of Oklahoma State. 6'4", 225, maybe a bit of a tweener, but he's a natural leader. Plays the game with a lot of passion and competitiveness.
You know, you talk about Marcus Smart's passionate nature. Of course, there was that incident last season.
Yeah, in front of the fan in the stands in a game against Texas A&M, I think it was. He got heckled. Texas Tech?
It was Texas Tech,
yeah,
yes.
It was Texas Tech. But he's a high-character kid, and I think that was just an emotional aberration that he learned from and will be better for it going forward.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Berea's checked in, and so Smart nails both of them.
Well, analytics are here to stay, and Marcus Smart is one of the higher-rated prospects when you look at the analytics. He's got a high rate of steals and rebounds, which is always something that typically translates well to the program. Both of those things reflect his competitive spirit, and it's obvious this young man goes when he's on the court.
.32 seconds left to play in the third. Shot clock at 6. Expanding his range. Rebound by Dang. Zhang's got his 4th rebound in this one. Tries to snap the cold streak. Wallace with the rebound. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Smart passes to Thornton. Over Berea. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his first personal foul.
The Celtics have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The half-court bomb falls off target. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Celtics just dominating this one. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
How about the creativity? Guys, terrific vision to pick out that pass and set up the basket.
Some serious creativity. And Minnesota has possession. You've got Robbie Hummel. J.J. Berea is out there with Mo Williams. Then it's Anthony Bennett. And it's Buttinger in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Well, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active, be energetic, and react as soon as the shot goes up.
Fires from the wing. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Releases. Tries again. And it's Williams laying it in.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Boston dictating the flow. Here's Pressey. Passes to Thornton. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one. The shot. Hummel. The tip in on the offensive rebound.
That's purely a hustle play there. Getting to the offensive glass for the tip in, well done.
And that's, a quality you see any strong offensive rebounder possess. And we saw it right there.
Yeah, it's the anticipation more than anything. It's understanding where that ball is going before anybody else on the floor does.
Pressey. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Almost, but it rolls out.
I'm not sure about that shot, guys. The defense really all over.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Thornton dishes to Wallace. Nice shot from the wing.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
Here's Williams. Feeds it to Hummel. From deep. The rebound by Young. Boston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
The shot by Williams, no good.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
And Thornton kicks to Pressey. Back to Thornton. Nice ball movement by Boston. Clock at 6. Shoots it up. And it's Thornton again missing.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And Buttinger gets it to go.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Here's Pressey. Young passes to Pressey. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
You know, guys, every coach would love to play his star player every minute of an NBA season, but it's impossible given the limits of endurance and risk of injury. It's basically a balancing act. I think teams are becoming wiser, though, in terms of keeping players fresh and helping them recover between games.
Free throw drops for Thornton.
And looking at player recovery, now with the ability to track player movement, either with cameras or even sensors that players can wear, teams are better able to measure the workload of players, helping them make decisions about where rest is needed and when it's needed, and even help them predict when there's a risk of injury. And that's really the golden bullet. And again, another example of information being used to enhance player performance.
That's good.
Virtually uncontested. And it's nice to be able to add to the lead without really having to work for it.
The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. The Celtics have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. And guys, across sports, the key to winning is keeping your star players available.
Well, teams are learning a lot from player tracking. You know, for one, morning shoot-arounds may be more draining than we realized, so some teams are cutting those down. And also, athletes do better with frequent short rests, so subbing often can leave players with more energy in crunch time.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Man, they keep piling up the assists, guys. Great ball movement.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Free throw drops for Thornton.
Well, the Celtics certainly played with a lot of passion last year. They got off to a start that few thought they would achieve, but even playing with passion can't cover up the holes in the roster.
Wallace dishes to Young. His three-pointers off the mark. Minnesota's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Right block shot. That's good. Hummel's got 4 this quarter. I got to give the Celtics credit, though. They were never really in contention for anything last year, but Clark, they played their hardest.
Yeah, they did play hard, played with energy, and that goes a long way to trying to build a foundation of being successful going forward. It might not have done much for them last year, but that attitude is something they can build on.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. Well, since the turn of the century, guys, the Western Conference has ruled the roost, winning interconference matchups in 14 out of the last 15 seasons. To Steve, last season, the highest ever win percentage for the West at over 72%.
Yeah, and 8 of the league's top 10 teams played in the West record-wise. It may be time to take a fresh look at a top 16 playoff structure.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
And last season, the 7th and 8th seed in the East made the playoffs with worse records than the 9th and 10th seeded teams in the West. Sure, the conference playoff structure reduces travel, but in the age of chartered flights, you could argue longer traveling distances are much less of a concern, and I would say amen to that.
The tray. Count that one.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
For Boston, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter.
And, guys, I think the biggest advantage to a so-called top 16 playoff seeding is that it would possibly make for a more competitive finals. It's a playoff series that garners international attention anyway. You want to make sure that the last 2 teams standing are truly the best in the NBA.
Levine can't hit. For Boston, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, 4 of 9.
And, guys, with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who's watched it. I mean, just a total mismatch in a true show of strength for the Celtics.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And stolen by Jang. Puts up a prayer. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Smart's checked in for Marcus Thornton. 58 seconds left in the fourth. Young outside. He feeds it to Turner. Back to Young. And Smart now atop the key. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Turner. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Here's Tang. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. The Celtics have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Young outside. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense.
Shooting 1. Marcus Smart.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. There's 18 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Turner kicks to Olynyk. Puts up a 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Now the dish to Hummel. It's good. Great play set up by Perea.
Guys, you know, you're not going to hit that shot too often. That's high risk.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Congratulations on this win, Gerald. And how was this team able to come out and get your presence established?
I think defensively we came out and established ourselves from the get-go defensively. We played aggressive. We took them out of everything they wanted to do, forced some turnovers, and we were able to get out in the open court.
This is a dangerous team in the open floor, Gerald. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, Avery Bradley.